There's a huge revolution coming, one that seems to have taken an age to get here. Let's look at the signs though. Renewable energy to reach 20% of our power supply by 2020. Production of the combustion engine banned by 2040. A new automotive brand breaking cover, that is of course Tesla. And if the Financial Times columns are to be believed, this is their iPhone moment. And for those of you who think I'm over-dramatising this, let's look at some of the other industries that have been disrupted by the tech revolution. Kodak, Blockbuster, Nokia for example. Could that really happen to our beloved Germans? Strangely, amongst all this disruption, I expected to feel anxious. However, I'm surprisingly relaxed, and it's because I've been able to test some of the latest products. And as simple as it sounds, they're just very car-like. And on comparison, and to contradict myself a little, beloved examples like this, the Great 8, make you wonder if we've actually moved on at all. Just look at the similar body lines, headlights, tail lights, drag efficiency, even the famous Hofmeister kink is still acknowledged. So it's really only the power source that's evolving. But as you've probably guessed, I'm not here to talk to you about the 8 Series. I'm here to review BMW's latest future-facing Super Coupe, which is of course the i8. So let's just cover the basics first. This is a hybrid. It runs a 1.5 litre petrol engine that drives the rear wheels and around 140 brake electric motor that powers the front wheels. And it's the combination of these two technologies that create such awesome performance combined with economy. Well, in here it's pretty much business as usual. It's all very familiar. Running gear, ZF 8-speed gear handle, start-stop buttons, even the flappy paddles. It's an on-brand experience basically. Most of the questions that are filtering through and most of the feelings that I've had are around price, the range, MPG, etc. So the economy is thrown back, and it's probably coming from a lot of criticism from that. And the manufacturers claimed miles per gallon haven't really helped that conversation. I've just reset the trip computer and have done since I started using this, and I've been reviewing it. I'm probably averaging on a run. I'm probably getting around about between 50 and 60 MPG. And that's with a relatively calm driving approach. It has a range of 22 miles on electric alone. And so when we're in electric mode at the moment, so no engine coming on. And I can take that up to say 40-ish miles an hour, 44 miles an hour, and it's very delicate, very delicately. The 1.5 litre, it's just come in there actually. Now I'm at 36 now, 36 miles an hour, it's just come in. And you barely know, to be honest. There's an interesting setting on the onboard computer, which I'm just going to select now. It's eDrive. It gives you a little overview of what motor's running what, and you can clearly see both of them working together now in hybrid mode. Yeah, it's seamless. It's incredible. It's an absolute masterpiece. So tech-wise, there's not that much else going on, to be honest. I mean, there's this front-end collision warning. It comes as standard, but there's not much else you'd kind of brag about. The few key party pieces are really this ergonomic, this futuristic design, this sport mode, is absolutely phenomenal. So it will charge the battery when in that mode. I'm just going to flick that over into sport now. The dash is lit up all in red. Obviously all the standard suspension settings and dampers have taught. And we'll just march on. You should be able to hear this now. Yeah, it does sound so. Yes, there's some augmented sounds being pumped through the speakers, but soundproofing's got so good these days, it'd be silent otherwise. So I can deal with that. Yeah, it's wicked. Really good fun. So to sum that up then, what's this thing all about? It's basically a masterclass in engineering. It makes you feel like you've just signed for Real Madrid. You're the next Galactico in this thing. It's phenomenal. Now, on to more exciting matters. What does 20 years look like down the straight? Oh, to be fair, he's caught me off the line. But as expected, pulled that back pretty quick. Let's run that again. And this time we're going to up the stakes. And we're going to throw in some launch control for good measure. That is a Tesla Model S. That's the 90D. If your budget's 100k and you're looking for an eco car, you've only really got two options, and it's the i8 and a Tesla Model S. On paper, that's 4.1 and this is 4.4, as you guys know. However, this does have launch control, and I don't know what that's going to mean. Let's see what happens.
3, 2, 1, go.
So super tight there, but the BMW won nonetheless. It's a gap of 0.34 seconds. Launch control saved the day. Running it in sport wouldn't cut it. That was the winning ingredient. Yeah, I mean, perhaps testament to how far Tesla have come. I mean, they've been making cars 3 years, and we're having this conversation and this comparison. But yeah, was there any other doubt? BMW 1-0. So, if you're in the market for an eco car, then realistically, the pure electric infrastructure isn't fully there yet. So unless you want constant range anxiety, it has to be a hybrid. Cut the pack again and say you're after a look-at-me supercar for 100k, then simply nothing compares. You're basically getting zero emissions in the key built-up areas with supercar excitement when you're out. To check one out for yourself, give Specialist Cars Stevenage a shout. They currently have 3 at their dealership.